The following is a compulsory one-time statement. It's Morbin time. Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Marvel Miles Morales vs. Morbius set. Yes, that's a lot of M's. It comes with 220 pieces and 2 minifigures, and I live streamed the build of it over on my Twitch channel. It cost me $25 US, and I've got the product tagged on the video. Some folks may find the minifigs to be the most interesting things in this set, but for me it's the main thing that you pay for, which is the car here. It's a 8-wide car, and it's kind of like a Speed Champions light vehicle. It does have a fair amount of nice building in it, a lot of studs on the side construction. The biggest surprise for me is the inclusion of a print. This hood piece, that's a print, not a sticker. Completely just caught me off guard. I had no idea that that was going to happen. I'm happy about it, but it's not even a 4+ set or anything, so it's definitely a major surprise. This is a Speed Champions relatively new canopy piece here, 6 wide, designed for the 8-wide vehicles, and it has, I think these are 2nd generation Speed Champions wheels and tires, the last ones that were still able to have the wheels and tires separated. So when you assemble this, you have to put those together. You can see there's a little bit of forward rake to this. It's higher in the back than it is in the front. It's got shooters. These are metallic silver, molded silver there. You can adjust the wing here, so this can go up, and you're gonna actually kind of bring it forward if you want to. Yeah, just a little bit because of the way that it's attached, or you can bring it down a little bit lower. And then in the back, it's got all this coming off. I love this piece. It's just a beautiful piece, and it refracts light a little bit. It's a little bit crystalline. It doesn't look so much like flame to me, but that's okay. It's still a really good looking piece. Nice little technique used here for the turn signals and brake lights, or brake lights / tail lights. So you've got the 2 different colors in there, trans orange and trans red, built sideways. That's cool. This can also be angled. I think if you get this out of the way, you can angle this up. Yeah, there we go. If you want to, and then you can flip this upside down if you want to. And then there's just a little bit more energy being expended back here with the exhaust. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I personally really like it. It's lacking in interior detail. Nice tan color there. The bottom is simple, and you can kind of see through it because they wanted to get the figure as low as possible, but at least it does have a couple of console pieces. They're exactly the same, left and right, but they're there. It's better than nothing. Would have been nice to have something in the front as well. And then there's just a steering wheel down at the floor. That also, I think, should have been elevated up just a little bit, just to make it nicer. One final detail you might miss if you didn't build this yourself is that there's a trunk. Pull this off. Look at that. 2x2 space where you can put some stuff. Potentially you can put a little bit more than that, but these beams here are part of the wing system, the wing holder. Although it is open towards the back. Right now, there are just 2 things in there that they include, which represent spray cans for doing a little bit of street artwork, I'm assuming. I think the Miles Morales figure looks good. Could it have used a little bit more detail, either with arm printing or a little bit on the legs, or at least through the hips? Maybe, but the face is printed pretty nicely. There's a suggestion of depth there. Some finer lines are used, and I think it's pretty good. The Morbius well, I'm not personally super familiar with the Morbius character in universe, in the comics, and if it's in the animated shows at all. This is obviously not directly based on the one from the movie, thank goodness. But that's a pretty strong face there, though. And he's got his real and synthetic blood flasks there, which is interesting to see from LEGO. Once again, not the first time by any means that they've indicated blood in its pure form in a set. If that goes back decades, but still for them to continue to do it today is brave. That's a good face also. Nice graphic design work. I like that. And good prints on the back of the webby dude over here as well. It's too bad that they still are not printing the heads all the way around. I think once they do update their practices, hopefully they will one day, to do that 360 degrees. The Spideys will be amongst the first to benefit. Set comes with a couple of classic bats just because they're cheap and they make sense. They're appropriate here. Could have thrown in more, I suppose, but what are you going to do with them exactly? And here are the remainder of the extra pieces, including a couple of studs for the stud shooters on the car, the remainder of the web, blast, and splat pieces from that pack in the frosted, transparent light blue to accentuate these or to add to these or to be swapped between them. A lot of folks often ask what this is. It's a set of handcuffs that are made by Web Blasts. You know, you've seen that trope before. And there were no stickers used in this set whatsoever. Again, the price is $25 US. It's 25 euros, 20 pounds UK. I do feel like that's just a little bit too much, given that this is effectively the same thing as a Speed Champions car, but less complex. And Speed Champions cars were just increased in price at the same size. You know, without changing the amount of content, they just increased the price from $20 to $25. They were $15 back in the 6-wide days. You could get a 6-wide city car for $10. Now we're looking at $25 for a Speed Champions car that's way better than this, objectively speaking, in terms of what you get there. Not for everybody, but you know, there's more to them, more pieces, more complexity. And for this to be the same price, even though this does have one more minifigure, I would like this to be 20. That's it. Some simple thing. I'd like to see this at 20, and then I think that would be right for today, given that it does have one additional minifigure. But what is here is good. I'm happy with that. And especially, again, really surprised by this. At the very least, this is a very nice parts pack that gives you a couple of figures. Good starting point for a bunch of modifications. I think it introduces some different vehicle building techniques to a younger demographic. This is intended to be for kids 7 and up, and it's not too difficult to make, I think, even, or to assemble, even for kids a little bit younger than that. And yeah, in all, happy that this exists. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.